Shamans, we understand cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Tech Shamans. I'm not the only one in the show today. We got people. We got Adam on Zoom. We got Anthony on Zoom. The AAs are on Zoom. I feel like I'm in AA sometimes. I don't know. Let's bring them all up there, because they're just really weird just seeing me in here. So we are going to be talking about today. Today, I have some questions for Adam because he is our guru when it comes to the World Wide Web stuff and some technology. But Anthony's going to talk about some marketing, and I am actually going to talk about two things. One is we got these things in for filming, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of the scams that actually tried to hit me this week, which I don't know if you guys have heard about these yet, but we'll talk about them. So, how you doing, Adam?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Anthony, how are you doing?
I am doing amazingly well.
Yeah. So, have either one of you been outside at all?
What is outside?
I know. What is outside?
A lot, actually. It helps that we have a horse farm, so there's all good reason to be outside all the time.
So you had stuff to do.
Oh yeah, I have not stopped moving at all. My wife and I sit here and we ask, what is it? How can people be bored? How is there not something to do for everyone, at any way? And so, but that's just because we never stop. So,
right.
Although we have started playing one character D&D games. That's fun. Amy's the DM, I'm the character, and it's great.
I don't want to hear about your sex life. That's not what I'm just saying right now.
I wouldn't bring it up. Thank you.
Yeah. Adam, how's this affecting your store right now?
Well, the walk-ins obviously have been kind of slow, but we've done a lot more on-site services and also remote services. So
right.
It's not completely dead. It's just a change in the way we perform our work. But what has been happening is supply chain of getting technology is being interrupted still. Getting some of those products in, webcams for instance, or we were just speaking about it. I had 6 in stock and they're all gone.
Really?
People can't find. Some of the webcams were becoming difficult to find. Only things that were available were $100 and up.
Oh.
And it was just.
Well, actually, those aren't the ones that are over $100. Those are typically the 4K, right?
Yeah, but most of these people that are looking for them are parents that are looking for cameras for their children.
Right.
So it's not really needing a high-end camera for their desktop.
Got it. So we're going to take 2 seconds here. This WeBeam TV is sponsored today. This show is going to be brought to you by Call 7, Communicate with Vision. If Rob will show my screen over here, I actually have their website up, and they are our voice-over IP provider for WeBeam TV. Actually, my son even works for them. They're not a bad company. 877-705-6777. So anyway, let's get back to Adam. So yeah, Adam, so people are having a hard time getting hold of webcams.
Webcams, sometimes the lower end laptops, they're difficult to come by because they're selling out still quickly. A lot of school systems are still trying to locate. They're still trying to locate a lot of different supply chain, suppliers for their, technology, and it's just becoming really difficult. They never had enough laptops in store to give the whole district a device, and they've probably been overwhelmed with a lot of students and parents wanting to get some of that technology.
So, do you have anything in inventory right now?
No.
As
a matter of fact, the oddest thing is we've had some couple custom built gaming desktops in stock, and they're gone. They all sold out. Everything.
Yeah, I remember 2 or 3 weeks ago you had this nice refurb system for like $5.99, and then
that
a little monster.
That went, and so did the other one.
Boom, gone. So
yeah, just gone.
So Anthony, how is the world of marketing affected right now?
Actually, this is an extraordinary time, because what I am seeing is that technologies and capacities that were doing slow rollouts or were running into roadblocks, regulatory roadblocks, things like that, are now just have all been fast tracked. And I think one of the biggest things that we're going to see out of this is that everyone's talking about, when's it going to get back to normal? When's it going to get back to normal? The answer to that is never. The old normal is gone. We are doing this long enough now that these new technologies are becoming habits. At 3 weeks of doing something the same way, it becomes a habit. And we're now getting on, 2-3 weeks of people being isolated and having to work from home and having to work remotely and having to do online purchases with curbside pickup. When they lift the floodgates and say, "Oh, you can all go back," even if they did that, which is really not an option, they're going to go probably sector by sector, county by county, market by market. What we're going to see is a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm still not comfy with that. I still don't want to transmit it." And so the entire marketplace is going to change. And so getting ahead of that with your marketing,
right,
so that you are advertising that you are not going to go back to the old way. I mean, one of the industries that I think is going to be most dramatically impacted is commercial real estate. Because right now, I mean, you look at a company like GoDaddy with thousands of employees, and honestly, GoDaddy has 100% of their employees working from home now. And so those big, giant office spaces with everybody gathering in cubicles and yada, yada, those are very much going to become a thing of the past, because people just don't need to do it anymore. The coronavirus, the Chi-Com flu, whatever you want to call it, has leapfrogged technologies at this point. And we are in a place that we probably weren't going to be for 4 or 5 years. And so having your marketing ready for that, to maintain the fact that you're not only, duct taping stuff together, but you're in this new marketplace for the long haul,
right,
is going to be a very big push for marketing messages that we see over the next 3 to 6 months.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I hope we're wrong, but it makes sense. To me, I think that the smarter, and I hate to say it that way, but the smarter of the country is going to go, we're going to hold on before we just jump right back into social gatherings and stuff like that. But there's going to be a major majority that says they don't care. And they're just going to go out and do what they're going to do. We saw that from the very get-go when all these states and these in counties were saying, okay, we're on a mandatory lockdown, and then people have a block party. So, but I'm not here to get political. I know that we're not going to change our marketing. I mean, I saw the other day, and this is what, and I think this is it's got to get fixed before it gets out of hand. Is it's great that these companies out there that are making hand sanitizers and there's food, these people are giving this stuff away, and people making masks and 3D masks and all that and they're giving them away. But you got people out there that need to survive, and they're making masks and stuff like that, and they're trying to sell them. The minute they try to sell them, they get hammered social media.
Yeah, they're getting hammered.
And that shouldn't happen. I mean, look, if you got the pockets to give that stuff away, God bless you, good for you, way to go. You are awesome. But the rest of the world doesn't need to come down on those tech people that are just trying to survive and pay their mortgage. I mean, that's a big deal.
Buy food.
Right.
Be honest.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I have to say that we're a little bit different in the studio. We've not slowed down. Matter of fact, we've gotten busier. So we're doing a lot more Zoom, which we've been using. It's amazing. All of a sudden, everybody discovered Zoom, right?
I know.
It's
Zombies,
been around for years.
It's the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. So Rob's in my ear going, it went from 10 million to 200 million in a week. So that should tell.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah. That's the market shift.
And right now, so Adam, I mean, are you getting this call? Hey, AMS Computers, do you guys have a faster router that I can buy? Because it seems like my internet's just completely slowed down, and I'm pretty sure it's just because I got a crappy router.
No, I haven't had too many people complaining about their internet service, which is really surprising. I would really expect to be a lot more people out there complaining about it.
Right.
I do know that a lot of issues are happening in northern counties or more rural counties that don't have a good selection of service providers. Some of them are even using satellite internet. So
see, that's what my cousin Twitch. He called us. He texted me on Sunday or Saturday. He said, "Hey, do you know anything about routers?" And I said, "Enough to be dangerous." So he goes, "Okay, close enough." He goes, "How can I get a better router for my house?" It was actually friends of his, and I said, "What are you trying to do?" He says, "Well, they're running off of an AT&T hotspot." I said, "Okay." Wow. He goes, "But I want to get a different version of that so it can be faster." I said, It's not the hotspot." I said, "You've got how many people in the house are on it?" And then AT&T says, "Oh, hey, you're using way too much data. We're going to throttle you right now because and he then he went, "Oh, it's not the machine." I said, "No, it's the amount of users, the amount of appliances that you've got going to it. So if you've got 4 TVs and an Xbox and all this stuff trying to run to this thing, not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to turn stuff off completely and let it run." But it was immediately go, "Well, it's a bad piece of equipment." No, it's not. It's not the equipment.
No.
Nope.
No, it's the drag you're putting on the line.
Yeah. I mean, we've noticed here in the studio that there is a pull. Luckily with us, we have a larger size pipe, but even our large pipe has been affected in a little bit trying to do, especially now that we're Zooming. So we're bringing sometimes 4 people in simultaneously. And it's gotten matter of fact, Adam, I want to talk to you before I'll give you a call because I have an idea in the studio. So, but anyway, so here I'm going to jump into something real quick that Anthony, you're going to like. Actually, Adam, you're going to probably like these two as well. So every now and then you see all this stuff online, and we, hey Rob, can you do me a favor? Next to the box in the tech room over there, there is a box that has the GVM thing. It's got the 2 orange correction lights on it. Can you bring those to me, please? So every now and then we see stuff online and we go, okay, well, you know what? Let me reach out to them and see if they'll send me something so that way we can talk about it on Tech Shamans or Nerd Talk. So the first thing I got that I got in here, thank you, bud, is it's from iOgrapher, and it is. We have a rig in house that we already use this with, but I figured I'll reach out to them and see if they want to send us something like this. And so this helps it. What it does. Let me get the website up for Rob too. There we go. So this right is you slide your. I don't know if Rob can get in close enough, but I'm not. So this right here, your phone slides into here. Right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it literally pushes this back. Now I won't put mine in there because I got to set another rig, and we've tried this. This will not work if you have an OtterBox or a Life Case or something like that because it's too thick. But it goes in there, right? And then your cameras go through here. Now you can actually if you go to the website of these people, they actually have lenses for mobile. Let me go down a little bit. There we go. Lenses for mobile. You can actually get a wide-angle lens, a telephoto lens, an iRig, Mic Lav. They actually have this whole thing set up for if you want to try to do stuff yourself and film outside with your iPhones and your Androids. Which I tell everybody, if you've got a good one, if you got a more high-end, the cameras on the phone today are absolutely phenomenal, and you can actually even get not from these guys, but you can go online, Amazon. And I know I'm sorry, I don't want to trigger you, Anthony, but Amazon has a good selection of ND filters and polarization filters that'll go on these lenses. So when you're outside, a good polarized lens on that, man, you'd be amazed how good that video looks. But anyway, so it's got two shoes up top. So you can either put lights up here, or you can put a wireless microphone up here, which is what we do in the studio. We have wireless mic. So when we use these rigs, and this is this unit right here runs. Let me see. It runs $59, $69. Yes. No, I'm sorry, $59. And they have other ones for. They have for iPad minis. They have iPad Pros, the 7 Plus, iPad 9.7. So they have different sizes. So if you're one of those people that walk around with your iPad minis and stuff like that, which I don't know, I don't like the video of those personally, but that's just me. Not bad. I mean, we don't. By the way, if you want us to show something off on Tech Shaman, send it to us. We will send it back to you because I just don't need to keep this.
Is that a mount on the bottom for a tripod?
Yes, it is a tripod mount, right there. So it'll sit on a tripod, and you can use it to zoom whatever. I mean, it's got one here, and on the other side. Okay. All right. Now,
yes, we'll go portrait, landscape, either direction. Good.
Yeah, exactly. You can shoot in whatever you feel more comfortable in shooting it. We always tell people to shoot this way. Not bad. I mean, it's not bad for the $59. But so this next one is GVM. Let me get over to the website real quick. GVM LED. Right now, this one I'm going to turn the lights off so it doesn't blind you. It's probably the coolest little rig I have ever seen, and for $65. I mean, so this right here is the light.
Oh, wow!
So it's got its own light, right? And it's got corrective lenses. So if you need to, you can actually do. Let me see. Let me turn this. There we go. So it has the corrective lenses, right?
All included for $65.
Yep, and it comes with and now here's what's even cooler. See on the back here, typically lights will just kill it, and they'll just kill it, right? So this has 2 battery ports. It comes with 1 free battery, but these are generic batteries that we have in for our lights anyway. It can run off of power, right? Here is this is the on off, and this is so you can make it brighter or light. Now here's what's even cooler.
Dimmer. Mm-hmm.
See this right here? Right there? That will start and stop your camera.
Oh, right.
It's Bluetooth in.
Bluetooth in. So you literally can sit there, and it has 2 shoe mounts. Oh, let me get up here. 2 shoe mounts on top. And of course it has a fixture on the side, and tri-mount. Now let me tell you about this. So this right here, I'm about to blind myself. So this right here, this little unit right here, you can put this on your tripod, but come back in, Rob. This comes undone. This is you see right here, you see the this is for the phone mount. This comes off, and actually you put a DSLR or a little JV cam or anything that will fit in the side. I don't have that. That's probably 3 inches, right? For $65, This is probably
That's
one of the
amazing.
best little rigs I have ever seen. Now, this one I may go ahead and purchase and keep, but they sent it to us to let us look at. And it's, I mean, to me, I can put both of my wireless mics up here, because before in our other rig we had a light up top to kind of so it took up those shoes, but now that the light's here, right, I can put my wireless mics here. And if, like with us, we use a module thing so we can run 2 mics simultaneously into the phones to be wireless. It actually could mount on the bottom, so it sits on that whole rig. Now, are my arms going to get a little tired? Probably, but if you're a good shooter, a good camera guy, this is stuff that you're used to anyway. So to me, it's a no-brainer, right? So. That's the tech. Now, next week, I am going to talk about Lumi Cubes. We do have one. I forgot to bring it out here, and I don't have it unboxed so everybody can see it. But it literally will sit either in a shoe up here, right? Or it sits on the back of your laptop. And it comes with 2 filters, and it's dimmable by your phone. Your phone can actually change the dimmable, so you're not messing. And it's how it gives you a better look when you are Zooming or Skyping or whatever you're doing. So it's cool. We'll see. I'll show that next week. But anyway, that's my thing. That's my thing for today that I wanted to show, because I think that this little product here, dude, is a little badass.
You let me know if you can get a deal on 2 for those, okay? Because I'll take it.
Yeah, $65.99. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
And these is, I don't want to pop it off. Well, no, I don't want to break it. So it pops right off, and to me, that's just a little for what you'd pay for this, right?
Yeah,
I would rather spend the money on that. Just saying. It's good. It's good. We'll put the link of everybody in the show notes, so that way everybody can have it. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually looking it up right now.
Yeah, and if you go to gvmled.com,
right.
They have. Let me go to the homepage. They have these little mini lights, these LT100s. Dude, these are little monsters. For someone that wants to set up, and they have sliders. This 600S.
Which one is that?
That 600S
that you've got right there.
Oh, this is if you go onto their website and go to LED, I go to all and then jump down. This is the GVM LT10S. Smartphone
10S.
Video camera rig and light. But their other lights that they have are little monsters. I'm just telling you right now, it's a good product.
That is awesome.
We may hit them up to be a show sponsor, and I'm not. It's not that I'm telling you don't. If you don't need all the lights and stuff like that, then you know what? They've got. Then the other company over there, Iographer, has iPhone bundles, which is they're pretty cool too. But you can get especially with the lens, you can get the little heavier grip over here. It all depends. It all depends on what you really need. So.
Yep.
Even comes with an iPhone.
Yeah, well, I wish it came with an iPhone. There you go, man. All right, so let's jump into some tech stuff. So this is my question for Adam. It says Verizon is launching a tool to help you troubleshoot tech issues remotely. Isn't this already being done?
Yeah. I don't know why they act like they just launched it. I mean, there's tons of tools out there today. I mean, we got remote support software. We got, hey, text me a picture of what you're looking at.
But I think this is
not
for...
it's not groundbreaking.
No, but I think this is for the phone.
Well, I guess if even so be the case, I have remote software that can even, we can even basically log in and watch a user's phone and help them out in instances. It shows up on our screen on the computer. So
right, I don't know. To me, it's like I thought you guys could always do this. I'm not so sure why it's groundbreaking and awesome.
Well, it's probably groundbreaking for them to the fact that they don't have to. If somebody has an issue with their Verizon phone, they don't have to come in the store to ask for help from one of their people on the counter, and they can just keep it germ free.
Okay, yeah. So so last week they launched a virtual assistant tech tool, and the tool gives the ability to provide an excellent service that customers deserve while keeping them and the technicians safe from the unprecedented times of what's going on. So I don't know. To me, it's like okay.
How do I make a FaceTime call? Help.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Don't even start there, man. That's just crazy ass stuff. And then I was watching another one is Apple and Google are building a coronavirus tracking system into the iOS Android. Why?
That's because we're tracking everything else. We might as well track that too while we're at it. I mean, it's I don't know. It'll probably be something not specific just for this particular instance, but for any kind of instances, because obviously this is real life, and it is now something that's trackable at any given time. If
do I understand this technology correctly? Because I heard about it yesterday. That what it'll do is if you mark yourself as virus positive, then it will basically send out an alert to anybody that has had their phone within 6 feet of your phone.
That's scary.
All black box anonymous, but
are you on air there, Rob? Okay, so here's what Rob said. Yes, you are correct, Anthony. That's exactly what it does. They say in China it's working, but in the U.S. it is not right now.
No, because everybody turned off their
follow me notifications.
Would you like to share your information? No.
Yeah. No. Wow. And
that defeats the purpose of the whole app.
Issues whereby if you're in an apartment building and you're on your couch and the apartment next door has their couch back to back, you're showing up 6 feet away, even though obviously it's not going to go through the wall, but they're going to get an alert. Oh my God, who was I next to? Now I'm scared. And you never actually were next to anyone.
So you're sitting on a couch and your phone just keeps going off. It's because both of you decided to watch TV and you're both on the same wall.
Right, exactly. It's just almost like, well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I was somewhere near that person.
Just thinking you got to get people to put it in that they are, virus positive in the first place, so that it'll track them. And that's where, it's going to be like, what's the name of that? The home doorbell neighborhood sensor thing that you could never force people to do it, but they are but they'll voluntarily line up to allow, the capturing of their video images from their camera on their doorbell.
Right.
And it's like if you force them, it'll never happen. But if you make it cool and voluntary, people will just march right off the cliff. So, I mean, that's what they did with medical records.
Right.
Okay. They determined that it's a government mandated that electronic medical records had to all be, shared and everything else. Then, it came down. That's unconstitutional. That's violation of privacy. You can't do any of that. Yada, yada, yada. So they went back and the Obama administration said, okay, we're going to give $50,000 to any doctor who integrates his office, and we're going to give $1 million to any hospital. Who's in? Wham! Suddenly 99% participation.
Crazy.
So if you make it worth the money, people don't care about the constitutional rights anymore. The same violations are all in place. Okay, but because I got paid for it, I'm okay with that.
Right.
So all they got to do is give somebody $5 a month to have the app on their phone.
I wouldn't.
And everybody will have it.
I wouldn't do it at all, ever.
Well, I know you wouldn't,
Nope.
But that's because you're John.
Yep, I'm just that way. Sorry.
So have you guys noticed something that you probably wouldn't have thought of is with everything going on, bidets have been flying off the shelves.
The what?
What is?
The
bidets.
God.
Hey, who needs toilet paper when you can wash your ass with some water?
That's it. It's amazing, isn't it? So, Anthony, let's talk a little marketing.
Hey, you know what? I had two things that I wanted to talk about in that vein. One is, and they actually connect. One is about the metrics and the data, and paying very close attention to your client base, because it's no longer just, oh, I have an email list. Because if you even go on the free version of MailChimp, you can go in and you can tag the members of your email list, so that if you've got people who have bought shoes, but they haven't bought pants, you can put in shoe buyer, so that when you, there may be some people that buy both, but maybe you've just got this one core market of people that just buy shoes from you. And so you can go in and you can look at the data, and you can start to then backtrack it. And you can say, okay, how am I talking to these shoe people? What is my advertising for these shoe people? Let me go in and create a special campaign that's just for shoe people. Then when they come in, they will be individually tagged as shoe people. And then I can see how my return on investment is for selling shoes versus selling pants. Okay. And maybe that's a much bigger profit area for my business. And now we have the ability to create those marketing campaigns that then target, record, and then add those people to our list in a special coded fashion. And, vice versa. Maybe you'll discover that, your shoe buyers just cost 3 times as much to sell to as the pants people. So then you got to look at your cost of acquisition on that. But you couldn't do that stuff easily before. It used to take a lot of really expensive software and a lot of hard tracking in order to figure out what message was bringing in which people. Now it can all be customized like that. The flip side of that, the real benefit, is that now you can, it's really funny. When I was, studying marketing in college, back when it was spelt with a K, the interesting thing we had back then was we were talking about the novel concept of mass customization. And, we were coming out of the age of mass production, and people wanted to have things that were individualized to them. So we were just making headway in that in the 80s. And it was this new thing on the horizon. But now we are at a place with technology that we can do mass customization for just about anything. When we create our marketing messages, it is absolutely vital that we can then look at who we're advertising to and what their interests and likes are, and make sure that once they're in our email system, we are not sending big general emails out to people. Because I will give a great example. Person I know very well, is a pretty hardcore animal rights vegetarian. Not PETA crazy, okay, but love. Okay, it's me. All right, I'm talking about me. So there we go.
Yes, I'll say, be honest here,
but
man.
Absolutely, I love animals and I don't eat them. Okay,
I love to eat them.
So I get an email from one of my favorite organic Whole Foods kinds of stores, not Whole Foods because they're no longer on my favorites list. And it's just like big splashy images of bacon on the front. Once you've been vegetarian long enough, it no longer looks like food. It just looks like a dead animal. Okay? And so that's a huge turnoff. So they have the ability to look in their system, see who's been buying what, and realize these people never buy meat. So let's not send them advertising that they might find personally offensive. And you can do that now on your small business, regular consumer level. Certainly, right. Maybe not that quite fine-tuned,
right,
but a heck of a lot better. And, we see it with franchises. I mean, Pet Supplies Plus is fantastic with this. They know what animals I have. They know what dog food I've bought. They know what cat food I've bought. They know when my pets' birthdays are. And they send me notifications, hey, here's a $5 off anything in the store, or any toy in the store for, Jules's birthday. And so I get that around the time of Jules's birthday. So you can do some amazing customization.
When your animals' birthdays are?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You?
No, I don't care.
Wow.
I stopped talking.
Yeah,
I stopped calling my dog. I stopped calling my dog by its name and my cat by its name.
I know them better than I know some of the kids. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I stopped using the names for the animals in case I have to eat them. I just call them dog and cat.
There you have it. That's fine.
And squirrels. I have squirrels. I love squirrels.
Squirrel.
With bok choy.
There you have it. I am not surprised at all that you like squirrel. My dad used to eat sparrows. He was a child of the Depression.
Hey, sparrows don't knock them. They're actually.
I'm not.
I mean, you gotta take. I mean, to have a meal, you gotta have like 20. But
yeah,
if they're that prevalent,
I suppose I don't need any.
And isn't the sparrow? Isn't the sparrow it's a nuisance animal, right?
It's a what?
That was the one that was brought in from England or something like that, and it overpopulated. Yeah, they're horrible. As much as we love them,
I haven't looked it up yet.
Well, so I learned that. I mean, and again, I learned. I think it was sparrows. They're on that movie on the show Ozarks. Have anybody watched that? That's a weird.
I've heard of it.
That's a crazy. They tell me it gets better after the second season, but the first episodes were all boobs, butts, screwing, and I'm smarter than you are because I'm not a redneck or something like that. So it's like, okay. But yeah, sparrows are like an invasive species that when they were brought over, they thought they were doing a good thing, but they devastated crops. They would eat other birds' eggs and all. It's crazy. But anyway, so I mean, that's heavy duty targeted marketing.
Yep, and you can do it. I mean, not only can we do stores easily. We can have an online store up and running in 24 to 48 hours for you, where you could be doing curbside pickup of whatever it is you want to sell.
Right.
We can get that set up for you right now. But then once we're doing that stuff, we start collecting the data. I mean, we've got clients coming in, they've got email lists, and we're able to data mine their email lists.
Right.
And just from the name, just from the email address, we can go in and start running it through our algorithms and start, dissecting who they are, what they are, and then duplicating that audience, cloning it out and out, and advertising to many more people that are just like the ideal customers.
Right.
But once they're in, then we can target the advertising messages around what your experience has been with those people, what it is they're buying, and how we bring new ones into your store. Right. Yeah, it can all be done now, and it can be done at the local level. You don't have to be Best Buy. Yeah, to have something as sophisticated as the Best Buy platform.
Right.
As a matter of fact, all the websites we build are on the same platform that Best Buy uses.
Yeah,
but it's available.
It used to be so expensive to try to, micro target like that.
No. Yeah. No, actually, it's time intensive. That's all. But once you set up your automations, that's where you can do it, and that's where we can do so much more with algorithms today. That it's pretty much set it and forget it. Once it's built, it does it itself.
Right.
And that's what you really want is an automated system.
Got it. Well, that makes sense. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, Adam. So Canalis says that, and we were talking about this earlier, supply chains woes, fewer PCs shipped in Q1 despite huge demand.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There has been such a huge demand for computers, and they have just dropped the ball. I don't think it. PC sales are always up and down and stuff. Right. But when it comes down to with what's going on, obviously when we're sourcing most of our technology from overseas, then they just. When they shut down, it shuts down across the board. Processor, production for processors drops, memory modules. We were discussing before about the price fluctuation and how the pricing for those memory technologies was going to be going up because productions had already slowed down.
Right.
Let alone, now that the virus is in play and. They had to mandatorily shut down for some December until until just recently.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy.
It blows my mind that, okay, so in quarter one, so total, everybody shipped 53.7 million units, and we're still not meeting demand.
No.
Just in quarter one. That's the first 4 months, right?
Yep.
53, that's a million, not 53,000, but yeah. That blows my mind that the demand is that great.
Well, you gotta figure, most people, they're, if I see it today, right now, just ran out, bought a brand new laptop, got it home, used it for a couple days and dropped it already, or just closing the lid improperly and shattered a screen.
Oh,
and then,
God.
I'm getting messaging, we're getting contact. Oh, we need our computer fixed right away. The screen's broke. I need it fixed by today. Oh, it's not going to happen. First off, you got a brand new machine. You're not going to see parts, aftermarket parts, or even OEM available parts in the marketplace available for the devices right off the bat. Number one, and number two, you're going to have, you're going to have delays in trying to get product. So it's just not going to happen. You got to take better care of your stuff and try to, be careful. Just be careful.
So when do you predict, or do you have any predictions on when we potentially could be back to a steady flow? Because I'm literally trying to build a computer right now. So
I think that's not going to happen for like at least a year or two.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to figure as you watch our country, for instance, as we're just going, we're going through what we're going through, and each country and each area has that spin up. There's that, there's a whole bunch of, demand that's going to be put onto the whatever's currently there. So, they're going to ship product to where it's going to be needed. And, it's you're just going to have a slow increase in the inventories for quite some time, I believe.
Huh. All right. Well, you better take care of what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the process now, because we use Zoom so much, that we have to right now, because everything is out of the studio. We have all three of our mobile boxes that are our Zoom machines at this point in time.
Right.
So our goal is to build 3 smaller boxes that will take the place of those, because and I know I'm getting ready to talk alphabet soup here, but our NDI features from our software allows us to send back an image. So right now we're hardlining everything back to the computer, so you guys can see the 3-up switch with the clock, right? Well, there's a new NDI has updated all their products, so I can actually take each computer and give it an NDI feed, which is it's a transmission over Ethernet, so I don't have to run hardline cables and have an inbox or an input card on the units. We tested it this morning with my laptop, and we were able to get that feedback, so I can give people a switch feed. So it's kind of a big deal. So I've got to find 3 pretty powerful. They don't have to be rockets, but they got to be pretty powerful single standalone units that allow us to push that into our boxes. See, that right there is what we're doing now. So we have those 3 Zooms, but they're sitting on machines that are powerful. I mean, massively powerful, because that's what they are. They're all massive streamers. But we need to build Zoom machines. So anyway, take care of what you've got. So Anthony, I want to talk to you. I'm going to bring you back on this conversation. Well, Adam too. So Verizon quietly introduced a new marketing feature yesterday. It calls view time optimization. And what this does, it's actually a way to, what it does, it holds the emails going to people until they check their email. Instead of pre-populating when you go there, oh, I've got all these emails, it waits for you to check your email, and then it loads it in. So it's almost like being spammed, in my opinion, instantly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and believe it or not, they have built into this, they've actually included mail services like AOL and Yahoo, which, wow. I mean, I know the people that use that, they're still using that AOL. I just hope they're not paying for it. That's what getting me.
I heard, I got a disc with 1,000 free hours that I think I'm going to install soon. But I'm really fuzzy. I mean, I'm sure they're not making some kind of cataclysmic mistake here, and that they've done some research on it. It seems to me that are they saying that it will wait for you to open it and then dump it?
Okay,
or does it track when you typically open your email?
Let me read to you what it says.
And
tracking.
So it will jump to the top.
Yes. So it says view time optimization is a play on the popular email marketing tool send time optimization, right? That tool is not exclusively used by Verizon, but MailChimp and countless other email marketing firms as well. It uses existing data gathered about an email user to know the best time to target you with a new message. Send time optimization basically knows when you're most likely to check your mail, and it helps marketers time their messages appropriately.
See, right now, we can do that kind of as a bulk use. Again, on the free MailChimp account that anybody can have, you can go in and when you send out an email, it will eventually start to track for your emails and show you when your optimum time is for people to open them in your audience. And so you can then set your emails to go out at those specific times.
Right.
And so you will be hitting them. So that stuff's already available and has been for quite a while. I mean, the new MailChimp stuff is beautiful. But I'm not, if they're talking about getting this so granular down to that individual level, that will be something extraordinary.
So it
delivers to an individual customer when that individual customer likes to open her emails.
Go ahead, Adam.
And what it is Verizon is doing it because they're selling the placement directly into AOL and Yahoo email accounts. So it's not just on the phone end, but you know how like when Verizon.net shut down their email service and they made everybody switch over to either AOL or Yahoo, now they're targeting those platforms to those users specifically. So that's where it's all going.
That's messed up.
Yep.
That's like, well, you can't use this anymore, but now we're going to spam you. Because
it's not a problem. Enjoy.
If it because right here it says if it shows up right when you check your email, apparently the data shows that someone is more likely to open the message according to the Verizon. The company isn't allowing advertisers to track.
Well, you know why?
FOMO.
Because you're more likely to hit the wrong button.
FOMO. You're fear of missing out.
No, you're more likely to just swipe it the wrong way. If you're just opening and it pops up and you're trying to open something underneath it, it'll pop in on top of you and you'll open the wrong email. Whoa, look, I opened, an email.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of error involved in that you can get if you can time it like that.
Right.
Because how many times, I know on my phone, I've got like 7 email boxes. And so I'll be looking at it and the top one is clearly junk and I'll swipe it. And just as it's going away, it switches and it's the one underneath it is now the junk.
Yep.
And the one I deleted, I don't know what it was. So I have to go through all my trash containers because I don't know which one it came into.
Right.
And I got to see if it was something I really wanted or needed.
Right.
So it's a real pain in the butt.
Right.
So it sounds like this could be an even bigger pain because it's going to be targeting that moment on me so that it can slide in and get opened.
Right.
I mean, on me, it's more likely to get deleted, but I'm sure that, for a lot of people, it's going to slide in and get open.
Do you have an AOL or Yahoo account still?
Yahoo.
Okay, so that's who they're targeting mainly.
Yeah,
but I got a feeling if
it
works here, that algorithm that'll all be sold to everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it'll eventually.
Of course.
It's probably So so okay. Do you have Cash App? Either one have Cash Apps?
You have what?
Cash App.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so you know who owns Cash App, right? Square.
Was it?
No.
Okay.
Square owns it. So it
Square.
says,
Oh, no wonder.
yeah, Square's Cash App details how to use its direct deposit feature to access the stimulus funds.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually tell it when you're it helps you go in, set it all up, and then put it all where it'll deposit right into your Cash App or your Square.
Yeah, the Cash App now has a routing number and account number for you in their app.
Yep.
And if you did not have direct deposit set up for the last couple of years, the IRS is setting up a website. It'll be up by the 15th for you to go in and put in your information. They're doing this in conjunction with Intuit, okay, who owns QuickBooks, because they actually know how to get crap done.
Yep.
And so
you want to get crap done, let Chick-fil-A
I'm not big on QuickBooks, but damn, these guys know how to get stuff done.
Right.
So you can then go in and input your Cash App information. You don't actually need a checking account in order to get direct deposit of your stimulus funds. That is huge.
Yeah. Well, they've got, we use both. Matter of fact, speaking of Cash App, if you guys want to help support the channel, we have a Cash App up there that you can actually help push in some WeBeam TV to keep us on the air. We're not going to go anywhere unless I die, probably, or Rob kills me. I don't know. Poor Rob. We haven't worked this together much. We haven't worked this much together since his first come here. So it's like normally he's over in Tampa a couple days a week, and I'm over here, and we're good. But actually, it's kind of scary. We think alike, which should scare everybody. But yeah, it's to me, this is we've always used Square. I mean, I've used Square since they first were incepted, and I used them back in the days where they were double, triple billing because data sucked. So
I stayed away from them for the longest time, but about 6-8 months ago, I got turned on to them, and they're amazing. You can do your payroll through them. Yep. My God.
Well, I do all my payroll, I do all my billing, I do everything through them. It's just easier.
Yep.
Jumping over to the kind of going to be the last thing that we talk about probably today is Google is rebranding Hangout Chat as just Google Chat. I picked this because
that'll make
it
work much better.
Come on, just give it up.
It didn't work when it was called Hangouts.
It won't work now.
Why do you think people are going to jump on? I mean, look, we use Google for a lot of stuff. Other than the remote desktop, here I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to get your opinion. Google Desktop has all of a sudden become so screwed up that I just don't understand what's going on with it. It works one day and it won't work the next. And I don't know if it's updates or what. So you got any ideas there?
Make sure all the versions of Chrome are up to date on all the devices.
Yeah, I probably need to go and just download Chrome and let it rewrite everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But anyway, so Google Hangouts Chat is just Google Chat now.
All right.
Wow.
I'm just like
it makes me want to run right out.
I'm going to go right now and go to Google Chat and get us
it's got
all
the Google name on it.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. I think they just figured if they change the name, then people will utilize it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, but don't put any more effort into the technology. Just change the name.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But
they're starting to act like Microsoft. Come out with something for a little while and then just drop it like it's hot.
Well, there you go. So I hear that. So another story that since we're on Google, Alphabet's nascent drone delivery service is booming.
Oh wow! There we go again. Another industry that was supposed to be slow tracking.
Yep.
Look at this. Yep.
Yeah. To me, it's like, just something else to shoot at when it comes over my house.
I mean, imagine for a minute. Let's take it another step further. We're going to be looking at, driverless Ubers. Okay, because who wants to get, sick from the driver?
Well, half the guys that drive Uber right now are soulless, so same difference.
But you know what's interesting is how many of the other diseases are gone right now. The seasonal flu has dropped off the face of the earth at this point.
Well, no.
Colds are down. Everything is like way down. because people are washing their hands. They're not having contact. All the things that transmit, coronavirus also transmit all these other things. And so everything is nosediving at this point because of the trying to hold off the one thing.
Heart disease
it's all side effect, but it's great.
Heart disease has gone up because people are eating more. Diabetes has gotten worse because people are eating more and not eating good food.
Well, anything that's infectious.
Did you notice? I'm one of those guys that I go to the store. If I die from it, I die from it. Is what it is. And I wear my mask. I have a Frauenhaus mask, and it's all the junk food. That's what's flying off the shelf. All the good food, nobody's touching. I can go in there. I have the best selection at Publix and Walmart both. I went to both this weekend because I'm trying to find a certain thing.
Yeah.
The fruits and vegetables, oh my God, they were just plentiful.
I know.
Plentiful.
I know. I loaded up last week on fresh spinach and kale and just like everything across the board was just low fruits and it's all loaded to the gills. And yet, again, you walk down the paper aisle or go try and buy a Hostess fruit pie, and that ain't happening.
That ain't happening. Nope.
I mean.
All right, well, everybody. Well, if anybody's got any questions for the Tech Shamans, actually email us at techshamans@webeamtv.com. We appreciate you watching us. If you know someone who needs to watch this program, send it to them. Share us. We're on Facebook and YouTube and blah, 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 but share the WeBeam TV link. I'd appreciate that one. You can always go watch us on demand to find out what's going on. Hey, it's all really cool. And with that being said, Adam, any last minute advice?
Keep your technology safe. Don't let it break. It's not much out there today.
Anthony, anything?
Pay attention to what your customers want and need.
Yep.
And give it to them.
That's a really good one. And hey, look, if you need streaming done, come see me. We can take care of you. We'll see everybody next week on Tech Shamans. Thanks for watching.
Technical and stuff, awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans.